The design of Custack empowers residents to have a speak of their own home. To achieve so, it builds between personal aspirations, liberty of individuals, and communal spirit. Often alleged to by the society as the suicide towers, the brutalist Matavai and Turanga towers stands desolated from its prosperous Waterloo metropolis. However, residents of the notorious towers have a different name for it, a beloved home, a place of their belonging. Individuality and freedom to pursue their aspirations have much to speak in the resident's ideal home image, yet the currently problematic arrangement constrains such desire. The design of Custack expands the building fabric, liberalizes interior planning to allow for a customizable room, and most importantly, it introduces flexible, expandable space, a flexi-aperture. The plentiful spaces created by these inventions shall see vivid activities and passions and thus the revitalization of the abandoned towers. The preliminary study takes place as a sequential and continuous journey with the residents, a data collection of immediate feedback to design practically and truly for the residents. The interviews conducted assess the daily activity, family composition, hobbies, and daily travel routine of residents. The team suggests a preliminary design proposal based on on-site inspections, collects feedback, and constantly return the design to residents for further feedback. A flexi-aperture designs, especially for transitional family composition, alters a confined unit space into an attractive space for family, friend reunion, or can be used to be adjusted to allow spaces for individual comfort. We design for people and their home that grows from the past and freely into the future.
It is believed that the sense of belonging is always an important factor for people to define place like home. By empowering all the residents to have an opportunity to create their living space by their living habits and cultures, we are ambitious to help people enhance their sense of belonging in the new design of two residential towers in the Waterloo area. We conducted a lot of research to fully understand the regulations and design code of the residential buildings in Sydney. Then we did a lot of site visits to investigate the natural and artificial conditions in the current site. We could identify problems based on the information collected from local government documentations and site analysis. Next, we did multiple interviews with the current residents. By collecting data and information from the residents, we started to draft our design based on their needs. Then we brought our design back to the site and invited the residents to review our design and provide feedback to continue improving our design works. Reflecting on the information that we have collected from Ms. Xiong, we found that she had a great passion on playing mahjong with her friends and do the square dance every day in the site. For the current interior living space, she especially mentioned that it could be better if there would be a bigger balcony to hang and dry the clothes.
This is the first part of the video footage which documented the team showing the occupants the balcony aspect of both Proposal 1 and Proposal 2. The feedback was that she prefers balconies that are semi-enclosed and having access to the outdoor environment. However, due to safety concerns and extreme weathers, the occupant compromised and decided that an enclosed window would be more suitable.
We found that he was interested in balcony crafting at home. Besides, he would spend time planting food in the garden and talking with his friends under the pavilion in the garden. Meanwhile, we learned that Matt hoped to have a larger balcony so that he would have extra space to conduct the crafting and store his art pieces.
Yeah.
My building. And that's how I would like.
By talking with Bella, we found that the current space had not made the smoking people's voice valued. In this case, she complained that there need to be a smoking area within the building. Meanwhile, a larger interior space is needed so that there could be more space for her to hang out with her friends.
Bella talks about the difficulties she struggled as she constantly has to move her belongings around to free up some space. She also said that her daughter and her grandchildren have to be crowded in one little studio when they come and visit. She also expressed her passion about the green public space, which she felt happy when seeing her dog plays with other pets.
When we interviewed the single mother, we found that the current site has also not got the children and the parents' need into the consideration. In this situation, an early childhood central is required by the single mother, and the child was willing to have more fun facilities to play with.
By observation and measurement of the current interior envelope, many aspects of the unit arrangement fails to satisfy the SEP 65 standards. The significant dissatisfaction include overly narrow and oppressive common corridor, insufficient natural lighting in each unit, and most importantly, lack of interior space and missing balcony access. Most residents comment on the lack of balcony and insufficient space for living and dining. The unit fails to accommodate a transitioning family composition, demonstrating a lack of consideration into the living condition of the future. The corridor has no access to natural ventilation and light, and many contains a heavy smell of illegal drugs. Preliminary design objective is to first of all satisfy a comfortable and luxurious living condition for the residents, and most importantly, as a design into the future, consideration of transitioning family type needs to be prioritized. The design objective is to empower individuals of an age social housing to have a speak in their own home. The design achieves this by undertaking a series of sequential interviews and re-interviews of residents with different ethical groups, age and family composition. Custack proposes a Flexi-aperture space, which is an adjustable balcony space to accommodate the different hobbies of residents and also suiting the needs of residents with different family types. The new unit's format incorporates an expanded space to display his embroidery crafts he created with his deceased wife, as well as a customizable space for him to craft. The access into the Flexi-aperture adopts a sliding wall which Matt can choose to open to introduce ample daylight into his crafting room. Mrs. Sean is welcomed into her new studio with a beautiful mahjong room. She's very happy now she gets to invite her friends over during the weekend nights. She also loves her new balcony, which now she can freely dry clean her laundry during daytime and take a nap on her rocking chair during the evening. Eleanor and her baby Tommy can now share their own room and a plentiful storage space. Eleanor eventually got a place to relax and watch TV in the living room, whilst Tommy is in Custack daycare and she has a day off from work. Bella's dog seems to like the new balcony filled with Bella's cute little plants. With the expanded bar room, Bella can now sip on her glass of whiskey and take a cigarette to relax on her half-enclosed balcony. When her daughter and grandchild come to visit, she will expand her sofa bed so the mother and daughter can have their own storytelling time during their visit. The design of the floor layout is varying. Different layouts not only create geometric interest, but also ensure daylight access into each unit. The Flexi-aperture also vary across the three types of ground floor space to accommodate different degrees of family composition changes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Счастливого Нового года!
¡Feliz Año Nuevo! ¡Feliz Anno Nuovo!
Manigong bagong taon!
Custack Public Community Center is located near the entrance from Raglan Street. The stacking design follows the natural contour of the site, so residents can visit conveniently whilst they're taking a walk on the green area. The existing path and green area remains undisturbed, as it is where residents like to gather and host activities. It is defined as a part of their home. The public space includes a communal library for residents to relax and learn, an elderly activity centre to host indoor activities, a childcare centre which brings liveliness to the site, a cafe, and the Custack Resident Community Centre. The Resident Community Centre creates a central management system for residents to seek assistance, to host activities, and to seek protections. Thank you so much for watching the final presentation.